That's Grim Reaper right there.
When Ontario is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Labour is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the marginalized are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
I've heard students repeatedly say when they learned about the OSAP cuts that now several of them aren't even going to be able to get a post-secondary education.
Cameraman here. The Ontario Student Aid Program, also known as OSAP, has been controversially changed by Premier Doug Ford.
We're putting in, by next year, $7 billion a year into our colleges and universities.
The 85% grant and 15% loan has been changed to a 25% grant and 75% loan. This has caused an outrage in Ontario's youth and an uncertainty to their future.
Shame!
Shame!
Alright, back to the video.
OSAP was their only way to get through high school. For the people that we have running our country right now, like Doug Ford, he was a dropout, so he doesn't know what it's like to have those debts because he was able to go 2 months into college, drop out, and then he goes into his dad's company.
He is a Nepo baby dropout. He came from a privileged family, and he dropped out of school after 2 months? He dropped out of university after 2 months to go work at his dad's company, and that's how he became rich and famous.
And his brother did crack.
Your kids are important to you. That's what drives you, baby. That's what I love.
No.
His brother what?
His brother did crack.
So,
Why you guys are so young you thought he was joking? But it's 100% accurate.
what was the biggest factor for you guys to get out here and protest today?
I live down the street, so I kind of just wanted to see what's happening over here.
You know, it's about like community and stuff, like, you know, it's my education because I'm still in high school, going to college.
What do you guys think about the OSAP cuts?
I personally think they're terrible. They shouldn't have happened.
They're not good.
Do you blame the people online using their OSAP money to buy fragrances and stuff like that?
We love you, OSAP money. We love you, OSAP money. We love you, OSAP money. We love you, OSAP money.
I think it's a scapegoat situation. There was really one main creator posting it until it became a big trend. And he used it as an example, and it's one person out of 70% of students who rely on OSAP in all of Ontario.
The workers united shall never be defeated. The workers united shall never be defeated.
I'm a university student, and I'm a little worried about my future. I don't want to graduate with thousands of dollars of debt. I plan my future around the way that OSAP was set up when I applied to university. Having it be ripped out from under me like nothing without anyone saying anything in advance, I just have to figure it out now. Shame!
Shame!
I don't know where my tax dollars are going. They're not going to healthcare. They're not going to education.
We're going to pocket!
Exactly.
I'm a teacher with our public school board. I've been teaching for about 20 years. And I tell you right now, if it wasn't for OSAP, I wouldn't be a teacher. If you can't afford to put aside money for your children for university, that's a future that's lost.
When Doug Ford says that he wants to criminalize the poor and build more jails, I say, not in my name.
So there's so many issues that I'm concerned about with this government, and really what it is an inability to really care for people, whether we're talking about health care, public education, proper harm reduction program.
When Doug Ford refuses to engage in a harm reduction strategy and closes our safe consumption sites, I say, not in my name.
Not in my name. Anyways, harm reduction sites are places that drug-addicted people go to take drugs in a safe, controlled environment. This has risen a debate on whether this is ultimately good for those down on their luck. Liberal states in America, like New York, have adopted the system to help drug users, stating that you can't help somebody that is dead. The goal is to eventually have the drug users stop instead of going cold feet. Doug Ford is closing harm reduction sites across Ontario.
What I don't believe in sticking these injection sites in the middle of a community down the street from a school.
A study shows that a safe injection site in Vancouver has dropped overdose rates from 235 people per 100,000 people to 165. Though the study shows that the site has to deal with more than 1,000 addicts per year just to save one life. Whether you think that is a good trade-off is up for you to decide.
So the model that they have adopted instead is an abstinence model. An abstinence model, that means that there is absolutely no drug consumption that happens, which is unrealistic given the kind of addictions that people are now suffering from. People are not able to consume drugs under the supervision of nurse practitioners and get help in a harm reduction model to address their addiction. There's nothing to be gained trying to criminalize people with an addiction, and I think that it's important for us to offer the help and safety and assistance that they need to meet people where they're at.
What do you think about the future of Ontario with the current OSAP cuts?
In a time when there's so much uncertainty in people's future, just in terms of what jobs are going to be available, you want to encourage people and help people to get as much education as they can. And this will definitely be a barrier where some people won't go beyond high school because they don't want to incur the debt.
Next year, I'm going to university for music. I don't think Doug Ford realizes that the STEM and the healthcare courses cost a lot more than a basket weaving course.
You're picking basket weaving courses, and there's not too many baskets being sold out there.
I'm not someone who is strong with math or sciences. I know a lot of people are not. I don't think we should be forced into it just because the premier doesn't have an appreciation for the arts or humanities.
So during the protest, I saw you delivering a speech. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to expand on your speech.
I do know this is going to affect a lot of people, which I'm worried about, even if the government doesn't seem to be too worried about them or doesn't seem to understand how hard it is. Clearly, Andrew Dowie doesn't seem to realize how things have changed over the last 20 years. I don't really feel represented by Doug Ford because he considers my course just a basket weaving course. He wants me to go into STEM or healthcare or trades, but I don't want to do that stuff. I think they're important, but they're not really what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I think the arts and humanities do really benefit society, and I think it's unfortunate the government doesn't see that.
All right, thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Going to this protest taught me a lot. How a community is able to gather over a common issue, even the Grim Reaper. How Doug Ford is affecting the present and the future, hearing from the protesters' perspective. And what Doug Ford's brother does. Does Doug Ford's brother really do great?
From what I've heard.
Whether you think these opinions are warranted or not, it is an amazing exercise of free speech and peaceful protest. I'll see you guys later.
My mind's been spoken.